Welcome to our Ayurveda talk. We have a really interesting talk regarding our tongue. So when somebody comes in for an Ayurveda consultation, there are definite assessment things that I do. So I check their regular pulse. I check their Ayurvedic pulses. I'm definitely going to look at their physical structure, and I will also look at their tongue and see what's going on. So you have this whole diagram for the tongue in Ayurveda where we can gather some information. Now, when I went through school, they will say, don't just base everything off of what you see in the tongue, but the tongue can tell you a lot. Marvy's like being really bossy with her nose right now. Okay, so the tongue, when you look at the tongue, Marvy, when you look at the tongue, what it's going to show you is the tip of the tongue is the head, and then the torso moves back to the back of the tongue. So if I'm looking at the tongue, your neck and your head are at the tip. Then you go back to the lungs. So the lungs are right just past the tip. The middle, right here, is basically my Adobe keeps like going bad, is your heart, and then also your esophagus, which goes down to the stomach. So you have your heart in the middle, past the tip of the tongue, that's your head. Then you have your lungs on the sides. Then your heart is in the middle of that. And then it goes down just below the heart is your stomach. So it's just moving in the exact same direction as the anatomy of your actual torso. So then you have your liver and then your pancreas and all of that. And then below that is your intestines, kidneys. And then the way back part is the large intestines. And that's like almost to the tonsils. So when I'm looking at somebody's tongue, I'm looking to see, do they have a film? And the different color of the film is going to tell me what elements are at play. So what doshas are impacting any imbalance. If there's redness, that's going to tell me that there's a lot of fire element. If there are bumps, if there are cracks, if there's cracks in the tongue, it's telling me that this person is dry. Their tissues are dry, systemically dry. A lot of times, people who take a lot of medications, it just dries you out. You guys really try not to get into the habit of taking medications for your problems because it leads to much bigger issues. So medications, taking a lot of medications on a regular basis over the years will lead to just drying out your tissue. The other thing, scalloping. So when the tongue is swollen, it will then rest on the molars, and then you will see scalloping happen on the sides of the tongue. And that is, like I said, a sign of a little bit of inflammation and malabsorption. So you're not absorbing your nutrients as well as you should. So it's super interesting. The tongue is super interesting. And it is one of the reasons why you want to do tongue scraping in the morning. You want to do that 5 to 7 times in the morning, right? So it will really help you, and it indirectly stokes digestion. So if you have digestive issues, you don't have much of an appetite, start to use the tongue scraper. Get your tongue healthy. Start paying attention. Look at your tongue every day and see what's going on with your tongue so you know what's going on with your body. You can start really having a better idea of, wow, my tongue is really red, or I've got this white film on my tongue. That's toxins, you guys. And so you want to do something about that, okay? Because it's showing up on your tongue. Okay, super interesting. We are doing a fall cleanse right now. I have quite a few clients doing the fall cleanse right now. And the fall cleanse is going to help with any of those imbalances that might be showing up on the tongue. Okay, so if you still want to do the fall cleanse, you still can. You can do a mild version, like maybe a week-long version, and we can get you going on that. Okay, so reach out to me and let me know. Otherwise, let's get started with our practice.